I'm Yotayota, and I'm from the Global Sustainability by Design Product Design branch, and this is my toy project. So we got into groups of 3 for our toy projects, and our group decided to call ourselves Yotayota, a toy company. And from the different ideas that each of us proposed, we decided to go with Connor's idea, which was a multi-leveled house which had no walls, but it had pillars that would separate the floors. So this is my sketch of a very bare bones iteration of it that actually looks quite similar to our final, where these are the pillars that would separate the floors, and these are the different floors. So we did a lot of sketch work, which was mainly for the furniture and how we would attach the pillars to the floors. And at first, we were just trying to figure out how we would have the pillars uh, go in or attach to the different floors, so we would have to make sure that the holes would fit, since laser cutting it removes some of the material as well, and the dowels aren't the exact size as they're advertised. And also when you 3D print, like how I CAD'd these cubes with the holes in them that you would insert the dowel into, they shrink, so you'd have to account for that as well. So this was one of our earlier prototypes where we had the 2 floors connected with the dowels going through holes in the wood that were here, and also the little holders that I made, which were glued onto the wood. So here's our furniture. It was mainly of house variety because that was the original concept of our toy. And this is our final product, which we named the Housemaker 3000. We painted the different floors and the roof, which really makes it more eye-catching, and we had different dowel sizes as well, so you could have some floors be tall, others be shorter, and it allowed for a lot of customizability, as that is what we are going for with this modular design, where you could orient the different floors in different combinations so that you wouldn't really get bored with different house types. And we presented a couple times, which first was during our large group, which had all 3 strands, where we presented to the other 2 strands and they gave us feedback on our product and how we could make it better and also what they liked about it, and it was largely positive, and it really served as a morale booster to help us drive along on this so that we could make it even better. And lastly, we had our Shark Tank presentation, which our presentation is here. And these were the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals that we connected it to, which were quality education, gender equality, and responsible consumption and production. We relate it to quality education because there's been multiple studies that show that playing with dolls and dollhouses, it helps build empathy and social skills, as you're putting yourself in the place of those dolls and having to think about how they would be in different situations, and it really helps prepare you for life. But it also teaches architectural skills as you're building the houses and the house in different configurations, and also fine motor skills as the furniture pieces are relatively small and you can orient them differently in the houses. And then it also was connected to gender equality because we tried to use gender neutral colors and not the stereotypical like pink, since most people would assume that this is just a dollhouse, but we tried to market it more as just a building toy because you could because it was very modular, and you were able to orient the floors and dowels in different ways, building different home designs, which was also really convenient for storage. And it also connected to responsible consumption and production, which because we didn't use any single-use plastics, and most of our prototypes actually ended up being used in the final product, and it was very low waste. So we had to reflect as well on this, and our feedback from both the sharks and our classmates, it was really helpful, and I think it helped us make a better toy, and we actually are hoping to continue it with the assistance of Mr. Lockridge in the Luke Center. Thank you for watching.